Yo, 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 yo. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? I ain't gonna be on here too long, man. It's already 8:07. My whole evening is going behind schedule as it is, but I just want to make sure I check in. Listen, the URL redemption card went down yesterday. I mean, most of those battles kind of went how I thought they would go. I know in the previous yo, this ain't never gonna be right. So I got this pop filter here, right? Like no matter what I do, it just I don't know. It just leans forward. So I guess it's been bothering me, but you know what? For next day fourth, won't bother me no more. Shoe fly don't bother me. Anyway, so I mean, so I'm just watching the bootlegs from online. So I mean, so that the battles haven't dropped yet. So who knows when those are actually going to drop? So I mean, like we all been saying like this. When you got a business, you can only ignore the customer but so much. Like you're not going to do well if you just keep ignoring the customer and what the customer wants and just say. Because honestly, for a lot of stuff that's going on right now, it's like smack your rel and I'm just saying, oh yo, word, that's how I feel. Well, f how you feel. Like because I mean you got to realize like from 2020. Well, not even 2020. We can go from the pay per view era, but 2020 in particular, when the caffeine deal starts, we got really used to seeing when any event going down on URL, pretty much 80% of them events went down on caffeine. You at least got to see it live, okay? And we going from that to app only events. I'm like, fam, wait, I ain't jacking this, man, because no one wants to have to wait for these battles, especially when they're gonna be lackluster. So you waiting forever to see a lackluster battle. Like we hearing that clean paper choke all 3 rounds. So this ain't really boding well for the beginning of his year because he already had a battle with Ace Amin where I know it was an altercation. I'm not clear on did he not finish his round. We don't. I don't even know what happened at the battle because it ain't dropping the app. Like, come on now, listen. P gonna have to hire some help. He gonna have to go on Fiverr. P gonna need to hire some Nigerians and some Indians to come and edit them battles, man. That's like the only way we gonna start because there's no point of us waiting for the battles. It's not like you need clearance. You need President Joe Biden to sign off on the battle dropping. None of that's going on. What's the holdup? It's just two niggas rapping in the crowd. It's audio. This don't take more. This don't take that long. Like y'all not shooting movies. Y'all shooting battles with two people rapping. One person rap and the other person rap. Got a little crowd reaction. We pan to the crowd. We do a little. I don't even know if they even trying to edit the vocals, but it don't take that much to edit the battle and drop it on YouTube. Not YouTube, sorry, on the app. If you're gonna have people paying for the app, bro, because before you had every event on caffeine, and then we see on caffeine, and at some point it drops in the app. And now we getting to where I'm guessing. I guess either they at the end of this deal, or caffeine is second guessing, or maybe ending the deal a little bit early. Because for the most part, as we can see, every time if you're looking at battle rap media, every time Smack is asked about caffeine, like he don't seem too happy. And Smack is the kind of person that wears hard and sleeve a little bit. If he's not feeling something, he ain't feeling it, and you kind of know he's not feeling it. So that I don't know, bro. So that goes without saying. But I'm really not feeling like not being able to see the events. I gotta sit here and watch bootlegs. We haven't had to watch bootlegs in a long time. Very rarely. Very rarely did I think. You know what? We can even say that, yo. I'm trying to remember, like, what events that had major URL artists like Tay Rock on it, T Top, people like that was on the app. But I would probably go all the way back to Civil War when you can kind of say T Top was making kind of a comeback versus Mike P. And in a lot of ways, battles like that didn't have the impact it could have had because it wasn't live. It wasn't live. Everyone didn't see it at the same time. And at the end of the day, no matter what, even though we're in 2023, this still is a bit of a niche thing in terms of following, in terms of people actually tuning into every single battle in every single event is still niche in that regard, and we can't be ignoring that, So not that many people that actually. It's not that many people who even go look for the bootleg. I mean, the actual like full battle. Listen, I battle rap. I talk to other battlers, and they will tell me that they have not seen like an RBE event, a URL event. Like actually, my homeboy right now, I asked him the other day, hey, you want to watch these RBE battles and whatnot? Yo, he not even looking for the bootlegs. He not even trying to see the bootlegs. There's artists that don't even know how to even go about doing that. So again, a lot of these battles, if they're not on YouTube, they really don't get as much traction because I mean everyone don't have access to YouTube, and this stance that I don't know. I just thought it was so corny when Smack was like, I'm 100% independent. I gave YouTube 10 years of my life, and da, da, da. I'm like, I'm not a fan of when people say inaccurate things. I'm like, YouTube is what made this platform really popping and made y'all like made y'all a brand and made y'all able to go viral. Because again, without social media, there is no resharing of things. It's the idea of people sharing things and resharing content that makes content go viral and makes content have a reach versus just your channel and just your platform. And what's going on now, and I'm gonna keep saying, is that these artists can't really go viral no more, no kind of way. There is not going to be no more superstars in battle rap, in terms of from the URL brand. Not really. And also, I'm just getting the feeling that y'all don't care about them being superstars. You care more so about having card fillers and have people on the card. Because again, it's getting to a point it's been got to this point. Everyone that we want to see is from an older generation. We don't have any people that's from the new generation. Because most of the cats from the new generation, they mostly fight well and yell. That's mostly what they be doing. They fight well and they kind of yell. All right. But anyway, I ain't gonna stay on here too long, man. I'm going to kind of just run through what we heard. I'm just gonna touch on a few things real quick. So, elephant in the room, Kid Slade versus Suge. I'm hearing a lot of different things going off the footage. I mean, I didn't see no footage of Slade blacking out, but I'm also not hearing that Suge got a clear 30 over Kid Slade. Suge is saying that he got a clear 30 over Kid Slade. The footage I saw from Suge, I really enjoyed it. He had a line about so when the battle was starting, Suge kills the coin toss and starts going like, let's get one day straight, and he had a line where he said it's like something like any gun bars, anything he would talk about is for entertainment purposes only. That whole that whole like disclaimer bar, like that was really dope. Again, I mean, so I'm only hitting it also till the audio ain't that good. So I'm saying, like, having the joint on caffeine and having to be an official pay-per-view would have made this all hit a lot harder because I can actually give you the bars, But hey, it's what they doing. But anyway, Suge comes out real strong. The clips I'm seeing of Kid Slade, we got one where he's addressing the snitching allegations. One where he's landing kind of a haymaker and whatnot. But I mean, I think in a lot of ways the battle is very interesting. Sir, I'm blogging. You'll come back a little later, okay? You want to go on a tablet? Okay, the tablet's in the room. Okay, go get the tablet. Okay. But it does make for an interesting conversation. A lot of people said that it was going to battle Kid Slade. And Chris Bias has been making a really good point about once one of the street dudes, because it was really about the street dudes and the guys that are known for that street content battling Kid Slade. That's kind of the biggest thing. Because again, without battling certain people, your career doesn't really move forward and you don't have as big of a year. It's kind of like I might could argue that's one of the reasons why maybe Suge didn't necessarily seem as though I still think he was champion of the year, but I will say for his champ, I don't know if who you battle as much has an impact on champion of the year, because I mean for the most part, they had Tate Rock. They usually don't really put top tiers in the champion of the year running like that, you know what I mean, which is kind of interesting to me. But anyway, but Suge also didn't really have any high profile battles. Not necessarily. Like, I mean, of course, him being on Summer Madness versus Chess, that's a high profile battle, but I mean, but Chess not doing well in that battle at all. Kind of really, it doesn't overshadow what Suge did, but it kind of makes it like Suge just kind of this punching bag, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, but he didn't really have high profile battles. He didn't have battles that was like, Suge was who? It was more so like Suge's in this battle, and Suge was cooking. That's kind of how most of the battles kind of came out. So Suge didn't really have no main events. Like, I'm trying to think, Suge have any main events? I don't think Suge had any main events, for all of 2022. And I think that might take away a little bit. Whereas like Rum Nitty, he did have, I think that was a main event. Oh, okay. Thank you. I think that was a main event. He'll leave me. Okay. Thanks, Ben. I think that was the main event. Well, in terms of Rum Nitty, because Rum Nitty got champion of the year. I think that was the main event versus A Ward. I don't think Nitty main event anything else like that, But whatever. Anywho, so it'll be interesting to see what goes on with Kid Slade from here. Me personally, it'll make me never mind. I think Kid Slade is more so again. I think he has some interesting things to say. I think that he puts the bars together pretty well. But I mean, I don't really feel like I have to see Kid Slade again. I have to hear him again. I don't really feel like even when he's battling Stumbles, even though he beat Stumbles, I enjoyed Stumbles more. I enjoyed him more. I'm gonna watch whatever Stumbles does, even if I don't watch it. I'm so whereas like Kid Slade doesn't really necessarily have that. So that's how that battle went. So I heard that battle was a debatable kitchen clean. I saw one clip from Swamp was snapping, but you already know, man. Whenever you hear about a battle and somebody choke all 3 rounds, it kills the whole energy of the battle. It makes you not even want to talk about it. It just becomes nasty work, But I don't know, man. Like Clean Paper had a long journey in his battle rap thing, and I think in a lot of ways he kind of represents that part of us as artists, where like, most artists are undisciplined, and they're not able to. They don't practice as much self-control. Like, he's a classic story of someone who, and I really enjoy Clean Paper a lot. I still do, but Clean Paper is not really a room shaker type rapper. And in a lot of ways, man, like since I've been hearing other bloggers talk about how you're seeing people who are on RBE on URL, and URL is just basically using a lot of the budget just to undermine RBE. And I thought, I'm like, what, Clean Paper was on RBE, or he was, like just on other leagues and whatnot, and now he's on URL, and it's like in a lot of ways, like, y'all mostly got them on the cards to just undermine the other leagues, which brings me to my next point: Jay Mills versus Geechee Gotti, the most problematic battle on the card. Very problematic. First of all, why are you putting Geechee Gotti on the big stage? I'm sorry. Why are you putting Jay Mills on the big stage? None of the DVD era rappers should be on the big stage, period. You just lining them up. They line Mills up. For the first time I saw Geechee's name next to Mills' name, I'm like, I lined him up. Honestly, it'd have been so much doper to see Mills. I mean, because like he belonged in a small room or battling like in a natural setting, not in a high production setting with a bunch of lights and a lot of people, because Mills does not rap that. He doesn't rap that way. But at the same time, too, I'm just like, man, I'm not going to ever tell no one to not do something. I mean, listen, on my walk, right, I was thinking about what I'm going to say, and I'm like, you know what? I may have to put Mills in the category of, you know what? You don't owe me nothing. You got it. You take that money and you got it. I look at it more so at this point that, man, listen, Mills got to eat, man. He got to feed his family, man. Like, what you want him to do? He got to feed his family. Like, he got to eat. I'm like, because I know he don't actually think that this is good, or what he's doing, or he gonna win these battles and whatnot. Like, I don't understand why he agreed to battle Geechee Gotti to begin with on the stage. I'm like, you should have never agreed to that. Because that couldn't be for you to have a fair chance. I'm like, it don't matter how simplistic Geechee is. I'm like, Geechee is still, again, much more effective than Jay Mills. But nothing about Jay Mills is, and again, and this is for, I mean, I think most people who are fans of battle rap, you was outside when Jay Mills was outside. Your era and timing matters. And Jay Mills not even no old dude. He around our age. I think Mills might be a few years older than me. I'm 35. He might be 38, 39. You know what I mean? Because we getting up there now. It's 2023, baby. You know what I mean? No was a long time ago. That was 20 years ago now. Okay. And even when the first time I heard Mills' voice, I really do think that when he was rapping First Shine, when I first started hearing him rap, I said, he do got something to bring to us because he has a voice. And I thought, man, it's kind of dope to see Mills in this format and whatnot. But, it's a few things. For one, Mills probably should have jumped back on battle rap when it first started picking back up. I think he waited too long to get back into it. And I think for what he can do, even though he still wasn't meant for the big stage, but he could have been on smaller cards, just on some legacy type stuff and just on some dog type stuff, But he was, I don't know, I'm not sure where Mills was at, because it kind of did seem like, I believe back in like 2017, he was on social media or on Instagram talking about, well, listen, I need $100,000 to battle on Smack, which wasn't going to happen. To the point where I think he left a comment under either a URL post, something like that, I still ain't heard back. I still ain't heard back about that hundo. And even back then, I was like, no one's going to give Jay Mills $100,000 to do anything. No. And even back when Mills was hot and when it was Mills' era, I mean, like, listen, bro, even with that, Mills was never a bar you down type of dude. He wasn't like Fab, who had the back-to-back like punchlines and whatnot. Mills was more so like he had a great voice. He had a great rapping voice. I mean, it was confidence. He had a great air of confidence about him, and also too, again, hip hop was also younger around that time. That always matters. At what point are we in when we're talking about this? Hip hop was younger back then, and seeing Mills battle rap, it also again proves the point of how much we done elevated and how much the wordplay, how much the art form has elevated since when he was doing it, to the point where like he sounds so out of place. And the conversation that people are having, and again, people, I mean, again, it's media. Like, media not going to dish you to your face and nothing like that. So I see him on 15 Minutes of Fame on Hip Hop Is Real and whatnot. And I mean, listen, to Mills' credit, man, he take it like a champ, man. He know what he up there doing. He know that. Listen, bro, I'm up here getting this check, man. And I'm not saying he not trying, but I just don't think he gets it. Maybe him being on Smack may help and whatnot, but it's like, your format, even what you're doing, with the way you're choosing to use your time on stage is not effective at all. It's no way that you don't know that that's not going to make people react. And also, it's like, and don't get me wrong, as artists, we do have a thing where we're so stubborn that we want to make our own rules. So an argument and thing he keeps pulling out his back pocket is about Jay Murder pulling his phone out, Big K pulling his phone out. I feel you. They took their phone out. All right, good enough. The phone came out. That don't mean you won the battle. That don't mean you beat them. And also, this conversation about still learning and having to pick it up. He didn't come back a long time. I mean, he didn't come back recently. Let's go through the schedule. It's not that many battles, but let's just go through. Let's go through this resume since you've been back. K-Shine on RBE back in 2019. After that, we got, I think Ness is the same summer. So this is before the pandemic. So I believe because they battle on the same car as Bill Collector and Hitman, which begins the Hitman and RBE relationship. Then 2022, we jump for a couple of years. 2022, we get Jay Mills versus Jay Murder and Jay Mills versus Big K. And we all barely saw those battles. But hold on, just so I'm not tripping. Let's make sure that I have hold on a second. Make sure I have this right. Let's see. All right. All right. I ain't tripping. Okay. So he's had 4 battles since then. Don't get me wrong. I guess maybe you could say, I don't know, man. I mean, how long is it gonna take you? How long is it supposed to take you, like, before you can at least give us one round where we can make an argument for you and say, yo, he got that according to our standards now? Because for the most part, all the love you get is based off of past work, and the respect you get is based off of past work, and the fact that we don't want to be disrespectful to a legend. Because Jay Mills in every right is a legend, and he's a part of what makes the culture what it is now. You know what I mean? Because he was out there and he was outside. Laying down the groundwork for what is battle rap today. So we're gonna give him that credit, but at the same time, bro, like, yo, if your people don't want your product, it's still a product. People gotta buy into your product, and if people don't want your product, it's something that you should take very, very serious. People don't want your product, or people are not taking to it. Again, I give him respect for he is handling his criticism gracefully, ask people on camera, and I see it's almost like kind of playing a psychological issue. It's like, why not build with people who win battles? Like you can't get in contact with Clips. That's who you should be talking to, is Clips. Someone like that, like someone who's actively winning battles out that's around your age range and from that era. Why are you not talking to Clips? So the stuff I did see from Geechee, snapping on him, hitting him with simple stuff. So what Mills is going to need to do is Mills has to master doing double entendres back to back. He has to be able to bring the energy, the intensity that he had against K-Shine, that face off. He has to put that in the form of a round and say something and mean it. And say something that makes people respond and whatnot. Because on some level, it seems like your stubbornness is holding you back, and you're not really listening, and you're not really learning. And don't get me wrong, I understand to get this far in anything as an artist, you got to be a bit stubborn. You have to have that FU kind of attitude towards people and whatnot. But listen, bro, if you see people ain't rocking with it, bro, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I just don't want to see Jay Mills looking like no one wants to see the legends look bad. That's why I'm so concerned. Chef Trez and John and Don, I didn't know that was supposed to be like a main event battle. I don't know, man. Yo, them John clips look a little dry. You know what I mean? For your comeback battle on URL, them clips look a little dry, man. I don't know. I'm not a fan of artists taking big battles and not having enough prep battles like before that. He should have been battling on. I saw he battled on his only bullpen and whatnot. And I kind of felt the way about the clip I saw there. I mean, I didn't think nothing bad about it. But I wasn't like, yo, John is back. So I don't know how it's gonna go, man. I'm looking at the comments, people saying that Surf crippled him, and I don't want to see that, man. I felt that's fucking bad rap, bro. We so like disrespectful and toxic and so quick to jump on the nigga and say that he's over, he's done, and we need to see John dominate. Another thing too is that John usually does really good against people that are of a lower status to him. But I do think that taking that time off, it doesn't help. It only helps if you leave it on a real high note. Not when if you lost a battle, you got to get right back in there. But also too, if you ever done this stuff for real, you know how hard it is to lose a battle and get back in the ring right away. It's traumatic, especially when you lose bad. When you losing clearly is traumatic, especially if you wasn't expecting it. So he may still be getting over that trauma. I don't know, but I look forward to seeing John back in the future. I didn't see. I thought maybe him and Chef Trez would be like a sleeper battle. People seem to be kind of excited about this battle. I just wasn't ever into the idea of the battle. Again, because they're both artists that they're more interested based off of who they're battling. And John is, again, he's a great like tactician, but he's not necessarily the most entertaining. A lot of times he either needs a grudge or it needs to be it's either a grudge match. He does best when he's doing a grudge match or he's gatekeeping somebody. Because he's like the next level of gatekeeper. But not like in a bad way. Like kind of above, kind of like where like I'm putting above like DNA in terms of like excitement. Because again, he's always able to put together material that's very effective towards his opponent. I think, and always again, the simple back-to-back punches and around is what always kind of really it holds the entertainment value together. Because again, what I saw too was too much talking, and then he also did a kind of like a similar scheme where where he was like, we know way like he did like this and touched his no, and he turned that into a whole scheme. Now, and he kind of recreated it and whatnot, but it didn't really seem as natural in a lot of ways that you kind of thought like, oh, he's doing this again and whatnot. So I don't know, maybe John ain't having much time. It seemed like Chef Trez was shaking the room a little bit more. And again, the audio is real spotty, so I can't necessarily say, I could barely hear what they're saying. I could hear it, but it's like, Danny Myers' first clips, probably battle of the night. Loso versus T-Top, probably battle of the night. I was a little bit late, man. I'll get into that once I can kind of look through the clips a little more. I almost want to touch on the Jay Mills Joan versus Geechee Gotti. I was just like, yo, I guess it was more of a question of how bad is it going to be, or will Mills surprise us? And I saw that clip of Mills rap. I was like, yo, yeah. Hey, listen, that's not even for him. I'm just saying. I just was like, yo, I'm just hurt. It's hurt, man. It's just I just been back to back just hurt by everything and everyone, and especially that battle. But anyway, I really listen. I hope to see him in the future and see him be better. Hopefully, he really can get it. Maybe he need to talk to Mook. And again, I don't know these people talking now, but you need to talk to Mook about something, because like, bro, you gonna keep doing this, man. This don't make no sense. Because at this point, bro, you ruining your whole legacy. Like you kind of going out the window with these kind of performances, man. But and also Clean, man. I don't know, man. Clean having a rocky start to his year. Hopefully, he can be better in his next battle. Choking all 3 rounds is a bad look. All three of them things. That's a bad look. But anyway, what else we have on there? See, we had Swamp and Clean. We had Chef Trez and John. And that's in terms of the card, man. That's pretty much it. I probably touched more on the clips and Danny Myers. There was a lot of interesting stuff that happened in that battle, and the Loso and T-Top also seemed like a very clean battle where both brothers seemed like they did what they had to do. T-Top seemed like he was doing what I say what he needed to win was like. It just again when T-Top he start angling too early and it just kind of feel like we're going into a whole thing. It kind of feel like you try and chill with somebody and whatnot, and they say, "Hey, do you want to watch this 3-hour movie?" That's kind of how T-Top raps feel. It's like, oh boy, he finna go into this whole thing. It's gonna take him like 6 to 8 bars to get to the punch, and because you can't do too much rap, too much talking in battle rap if you're not making a really good point or it's not entertaining or it's really hitting. And we didn't got that so much from T-Top where it's always honestly, yo, I want to see T-Top with like no themes, no angles. I want to just see you just rap because angles and themes and stuff like that is cool, but we don't want to see that every single battle. And again, I never felt like T-Top was whack, or I didn't want to hear him, but I did kind of feel like. Something's kind of off about you. Something's different about you. Something doesn't seem as magical about you. And I think like the caffeine era really did that. It seemed like when we took the stage away from T-Top, like he was affected by not being on that big stage anymore. And he started kind of seeming a little more normal because we only saw T-Top on big stages and on big cards before the caffeine era. Now that was still big cards, but we see them in small rooms. So that's a little bit different. So I'm gonna touch more on that tomorrow. I just wanted to make sure I did something. I come from nothing, but I'm doing something. I'm gonna make sure I did something with y'all and give y'all my thoughts and whatnot. So let's get it. About to be out of here. Bootsy Battle League, 6 Paths Commandments, 6 Paths Dice, Mr. Lane. If you need me, let Big Bro blog. Let's get it.